When we look at security controls, we can use the capability maturity model integration. For example, if we look at a control, for example, the question would be, what process is in place for managing and reviewing the list of authorized external connections? Now, if you don't know what is the capability maturity model, it consists of 5 levels, where level 1 is initial, where the process is unpredictable, poorly controlled, and reactive. So when we look at that from a control point of view, for this question about external connections, the least compliant, or level 1, statement is that there is no formal process in place for managing or reviewing the list of authorized external connections. External connections are made on an ad hoc basis without a centralized review or documentation process. Then level 2 is repeatable. The processes are characterized for specific projects and organization is often reactive. So this is a moderate compliance. A formal list of authorized external device connections is maintained and reviewed annually. The process for adding new connections involves some level of review, but it may not be thoroughly documented or consistent across the organization. Third-party connections are acknowledged, but not rigorously monitored. The next level is defined, where projects tailor their processes from organizations' development methodology. This is a moderate compliance. A formal list of authorized external connections is maintained and reviewed annually. The process for adding new connections involves some level of review, but it may not be thoroughly documented or consistent across the organization. Third-party connections are acknowledged, but not rigorously monitored. The next level is managed, where the processes are measured and controlled. This is a high compliance. A comprehensive process is in place for managing and reviewing the authorized external connections, including third-party connections. The list is reviewed semi-annually, and any additions or changes to external connections undergo a formal approval process. And then finally, an optimizing level focuses on process improvements. This is the most compliant level. An example here is an advanced integrated process exists for managing and regularly reviewing the list of authorized external connections with a clear documentation and a formal review schedule, for example, quarterly. This process includes rigorous criteria for approving new connections, ongoing monitoring, and compliance checks against cybersecurity policies. Now, if you look at all your controls within your security environment, you can go through each one of those and actually apply this, and then you can audit the organization or your organization and see where you are. For example, if you're at level 2 and you want to get to level 2, define that gap. If you're at level 2 and you want to go to level 4, define those gaps and the steps to get there.